Hi everyone, we're on Module 3, Level F. This is Lesson 9. Please turn to page 35 to follow along and take notes. Okay, getting started, let's do some review. Here's the whole number, 243 times 32. So there's two whole numbers multiplying. So we start, remember, in the ones place at the bottom, we do 2 times 3, which is 6. Then you do 2 times 4, which is 8, and then 2 times 2, which is 4. Sorry, I'm going to erase that. Then we hold the place value of the ones because now we're going to use the 3. We're going to do 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 4 is 12. Carry that 1. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. Now we're going to add those two numbers. 6 plus 0 is 6. 8 plus 9 is 17. Carry the 1. 1 plus 4 is 5. Plus 2 is 7. Bring down that 7. That is our answer. Now we're going to practice with decimal places. I'm going to make this a little bigger so we can see. This is going to be very similar but a little bit different. So what we're going to do is we have now 2 and 4300, so that is 2.43, and instead of 32, we have 3.2. So we're doing decimal times decimal now. Well, this place, let's first figure it out. We have 2 decimal places, and this one we have 1 decimal place. Now, if we look back, what we're going to do is we're just going to multiply this like they are whole numbers. So 243 or 2.43, is what we're going to use. It's the same thing. So it's 486 plus 7,290, just like we did over here. Because pretend that those decimals are not here for a minute. And then we're going to write our answer. But now we're going to look at the decimal places. So when you multiply decimals, you just kind of pretend that they're whole numbers. And then we go back at the end and we figure out the decimals. So we had 2 decimals here, 1 decimal here. So we had 3 total decimal places. So you start at the end of the number and then you go 1, 2, 3. And that's where you put the decimal. So the answer is 7 and 776 thousandths. Okay, so we'll do some more practice ones of these, but the thing is that you already know how to multiply, and then now you will put the decimals in at the end. All right, so let's do that again right here. So we have 1.25 times 1.5. Well, 1.25 has 2 decimal places, and 1.5 has 1 decimal place. So we have a total of 3 decimal places. So now we're going to multiply this just like it's whole numbers. So 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 2 is 12. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 1 is 6. Bring down the 0, because now we're going to multiply this place. 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 1 is 1. So now we can add these. 5 plus 0 is 5. 2 plus 5 is 7. 6 plus 2 is 8. And then we bring down that 1. Now we have those decimal places though, so we're going to start at the end and we're going to go 1, 2, 3 places. Okay, the end place doesn't count. You got to go 1, 2, then 3. So the answer is 1.875. So now you can see you have 3 decimal places. All right, let's do this one. Okay, when we write this problem, the nice thing is that you don't need to line up the decimals when you are multiplying decimals because we add the decimal places at the end. So we can just write this and kind of line them up like this. So the decimal places don't need to line up when you're multiplying. I know that that's a different rule, but now we have 1, 2, 3 decimal places and then 1, 2. So remember, now we're just going to multiply like they're whole numbers. So 5 times 5 is 25. Carry that 2. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 2 is 12. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 1 is 6. Bring down that 0. I'm going to cross these off because we already added them. 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 1 is 1. We don't need to go and do the zeros because we know that those would just be all zeros. Now we're going to add these. 5 plus 0 is 5. 2 plus 5 is 7. 6 plus 2 is 8. Bring down that 1. But now we have 5 decimal places we have to go over. 5. So again, I'm going to start back here and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice that I need to go one more, 5. This is where I can place a 0. Okay, so we need 5 decimal places, so now we have it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So our answer is 0.01875. It's okay to add that 0 in there because that means that because we didn't do all these zeros, you get to just put it in if you need that decimal place. So when we need 5 decimal places, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 places. So this says when multiplying a decimal by a whole number, repeated addition can be used. So this is a little bit easier. We have 25 hundredths times 3. So you can just do 0.25 plus 0.25 plus 0.25 equals 0.75. So this they use grid paper for. You can do that too. All right, find each product. So here we have 0.91 times 0.07. All right, so I'm going to write over here we have 1, 2, 3, 4 decimal places that we need to do. So we're going to do 7 times 1 is 7. 7 times 9 is 63. We carry that 6, but 7 times 0 is 0, so then the 6 just comes down. Now we're going to have a 0 here because now we have all zeros again. Oh, so just 0 times 9 is 0, 0 times 0 is 0. Add those all up. We get 637. But now we need 4 decimal places. So we're going to go start here. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, and then there's that 0, 4. Now we have 4 places. Sorry, that's really messy. So our answer is 0.0637. We had to add that 0 in there. That's okay. All right, here we have 3.07 times 1.4. Remember, the decimals don't need to line up. That's okay. We have 1, 2, 3 decimal places that we'll need to move at the end. So now I can multiply by a whole number, or multiply as whole numbers. 4 times 7 is 28. Carry that 2. 4 times 0 is 0, plus 2 is 2. 4 times 3 is 12. Bring down the 0. Now we're going to do 1 times 7 is 7. 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 3 is 3. Add these up. 8, 9, 2, 4. Remember, now we have to count 3 places. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, because now we have 1, 2, 3 decimal places. So our answer is 4.298. Okay. All right, next one we have money. So we're going to do 4.23 times 12. We have 2 decimal places, just 1, 2. Remember, you don't need to line up the decimals when you multiply because you put in the decimal at the end. So no big deal. You can line them up however you want. So now we're going to do 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 4 is 8. Bring down to 0. 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 4 is 4. Add these up. 6, 7, 10, carry the 1, 5. So now we have to go 2 decimal places. So we're going to go start here and we're going to go 1, 2, because now we have 2 decimal places accounted for. So our answer is 50.76. All right, last one on this page. 0.149 times 0.6. Okay, so the reason why we do that is then we just line it up because, again, remember, we can do the decimals at the end. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 decimal places, so we'll do those at the end. All right, so now let's multiply. 6 times 9 is 54. Put the 4 down there, carry the 5. 6 times 4 is 24, plus 5 is 29. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 2 is 8. We can do 6 times 0 is 0. So now we have all zeros, though, because 0 times 9 is 0, 0, 0 times 4 is 0, 0 times 1 is 0. We can add those up. We get 894. But now we have to, and then we can put that 0 down there because that might help us with the decimal places. So we got to go 4 places. 1, 2, 3, 4. So then our answer is 0.0894. All right. So when it says multiply decimals using symbols, write the problem vertically. This one, they happen to line up, but you don't have to line up the decimals. Multiply as whole number, as with whole numbers. So you just multiply it as it was 182 times 31. You don't need to worry about the decimals until the end. Then we look at this one had 2 decimal places. This one had 2 decimal places. So you need to move the decimal place. You need to have 4 places. So the number of decimal places in the product equals the sum of the number of decimal places in each factor. 2 plus 2 is 4. Place the decimal point in the product. So then you had the product right here, and you just went over 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, you're going to complete page 37 on your own. You're going to need to take time on this and practice. I would rewatch this video if you are confused or you just need review. Ask your teacher for help. Make sure to show your work on your problems. Good luck.